today di-discuss natin yung tatlo pang natitira, lipids, proteins, at saka nucleic acid. Okay, so let us start. Ayan. So, lipids. Ano po ba pag sinabi nating lipids? So, lipids are essential components of all living organisms. Biological lipids are water-insoluble organic compounds and they are hydrophobic, meaning nonpolar or water-faring or amphipathic, containing both nonpolar and polar regions. Ano yung mga functions ng lipids? Cells store energy for long-term use in the form of fats. Lipids also provide insulation from the environment of plants and animals. So building blocks of many hormones and are an important constituent of a cellular membrane. So lipids class are fatty compounds that perform a variety of functions sa atin pong katawan. They are part of our cell membranes and help control what goes in and out of our cells. So they help in moving and storing energy. Sila din yung tumutulong para makapag-absorb ng mga vitamins and in making hormones. So lipids are molecules that contain hydrocarbons and make up the building blocks of the structure and function of living cells. Examples po ng lipids include fats, oils, waxes, and iba't ibang klase ng vitamins, A, D, E, and K, hormones, yun, ilan po yun sa mga i-discuss din natin later. Most of the cell membrane that is not make up of protein po is tinatawag na lipids. And lipids are not soluble in water as they are non-polar but are thus soluble po sa mga non-polar solvents kagaya ng chloroform. Nga po pala, please have with you your manual. Ano kasi dapat po yung ating pagkakatapos ng ating discussion, since may mga parts po dito sa discussion na wala sa manual. So, yung iba po isulat nyo or dapat may note po kayo dyan sa kada chapter. Yan po ay, gaya ng sabi ko nung binigay ko yan sa inyo, i-maximize po natin ang gamit. Yan na din po yung magsaserve po as our journal. Kaya yung matututunan niya sa kada discussion, sa kada araw po na may meeting tayo, dapat nakasulat po dyan. Since tayo po ay nasa chapter 3, so dun sa pages na sakop po ng chapter 3, yung mga bakante pong pages diyan, yung likod na side ng papel, dun po kayo magsusulat. Okay, dapat po may laman 'yan kapag pinasa niyo po sa akin before kayo mag-take ng final exam. Okay, mga week 5 tayo po ay magfa-final exam na. So ayun. 'Yun, ang lipids po ay fats, hindi siya soluble in water, pero dun sa mga non-polar solvents kagaya nga po ng chloroform, siya po ay soluble. We have varied forms, structures, and functions po ng lipids. Ang iba't ibang forms ay ang fats and oils, waxes, triglycerides, phospholipids, steroids, and pigments. So, isa-isahin po natin itong mga forms na ito ng lipids. Una, fats and oils. Fat molecule consists of two main components, glycerol and fatty acids. Glycerol is an organic compound or alcohol with three carbons, five hydrogens, and three hydroxyl or OH groups. Fatty acids have a long chain of hydrocarbons to which a carboxyl group is attached, hence the name fatty acid. In a fat molecule, the fatty acids are attached to each of the three carbons of the glycerol molecule with an ester bond through an oxygen atom. So fats and oils po are esters of glycerol and three fatty acids. So they are important in the diet as energy sources and as sources of essential fatty acids and fat soluble vitamins, which tend to associate with fats. So they also contribute satiety, flavor, and palatability on our diet or to our diet. In nutrition in nutrition or in biology and chemistry, fat usually means as ester of fatty acids. Ayan. So, what are fatty acids? Fatty acids are the carboxylic acids with hydrocarbon chains ranging from 4 to 36 carbons long. Hydrocarbon tail, hydrophobic, acts as energy storage of organisms. So, fatty acids po ay nag-act din as energy storage of organisms. So, makikita nyo dito yung dami ng carbon. Sa kung mula, siya po ay nagmumula sa 4, minimum ng 4 hanggang 36 carbons long. So, ito po ay isang example. Okay, so fat usually means any ester of fatty acids or a mixture of such compounds. Most commonly, those that can occur in living beings or sa mga food po na ating kinakain. They are solid in room temperature. So there are two types of fats that are solid at room temperature. They are saturated fats and trans fats. Okay, ang saturated fats po at ang trans fats ay solid at room temperature. Pero yung fats po that are liquid at room temperature is called oils. Ayan. So under fats and oil, meron po tayong dalawang klase, saturated and unsaturated fats. So saturated fats, no double bonds, maximum number of bonded each atoms. Saturated fats are like it is like the majority of the fast found or fats found in whole meat milk. Sa mga whole milk natin po siya malimit nakikita and this may uh this may rise your bad um LDL cholesterol levels or yun yung nagpapataas po siya ng bad cholesterol sa ating katawan. While yung as unsaturated fats naman po, like the majority of the fats na nakikita po sa mga avocados have several health benefits, including potentially helping to reduce your risk of heart disease. Meron din po tayong tinatawag na ayan, unsaturated na fats. One or more double bonds with cis configuration in the skeleton. Unsaturated with each atoms, monounsaturated fat and polyunsaturated fat. The higher the degree of unsaturation, the lower the melting point. Unsaturated fats belong to this category. Yung consuming of food containing unsaturated fat helps improve cholesterol levels. So there are two types of unsaturated fats, monosaturated fats and polysaturated fats. Monosaturated monounsaturated fat is found in nuts, vegetable oils at sa avocado. Consuming food that is rich in monounsaturated fats help in controlling your cholesterol levels by keeping high good HDL cholesterol and lowering the bad LDL cholesterol. So nagpapa-normalize siya ng ating pong cholesterol level. Pinapataas yung good quantity of cholesterol at pinapababa po yung bad quantity ng cholesterol. Next is trans fatty acids or trans fats. Trans unsaturated fatty acids can be produced by fermentation in the rumen of dairy animals from dairy products and meat, hydrogenation hydrogenation of fish or vegetable oils. Oils are artificially hydrogenated to make them semi-solid and of a consistency desirable. And diets high in trans fatty acids correlate with increased blood levels of LDL or bad cholesterol and decreased HDL or good cholesterol. So trans fats are a type of unsaturated fat that come into two forms. May natural form and may ruminant animals and artificial. Yung natural na trans fats are safe in moderation. Okay, safe yung may klase ng trans fats na safe pero in moderation pa din. But artificial ones may lead to health issues. Parang never siya magiging safe. So fatty acids may be saturated or unsaturated in a fatty acid chain if there are only single bonds between neighboring carbons in the hydrocarbon chain. In the hydrocarbon chain, the fatty acid is said to be saturated. And ang saturated na fatty acid I or saturated fatty acids are saturated with hydrogen, that is, or in other words, the number of hydrogen atoms attached to the carbon skeleton is maximized. So yung stearic acid is an example of a saturated na fatty acid. Ang next naman na variety is this triglycerides. Are triacy triacylglycerols, simplest lipids constructed from fatty acids, are non-polar hydrophobic molecules. This provide stored energy and insulation. Functions of triglycerides, compact energy storage, 1 gram ng triglycerides produced ayan, more than twice energy than that of 1 gram of polysaccharide. So, higit sa doble ng polysaccharide yung energy na nabibigay ng 1 gram na triglyceride. Ang triglycerides po are a type of fat or lipid. Ang lipid po, in short, pag sinabi natin lipid, yan po ay fats. And ang triglyceride po ay fats na nakikita sa atin pong dugo. When you eat, your body converts any calories it doesn't need to use right way into triglycerides. The triglycerides are stored in your fat cells. And then later, hormones release triglycerides for energy between meals. Doon nagmumula yung ating energy in between meals. So, yan. So, triacylglycerol is formed by the joining of three fatty acids to a glycerol backbone in a dehydration reaction. Three molecules of water are released in the process. So, may dehydration, uh, a reaction. So during this ester bond formation, three water molecules are released, and the three fatty acids in the triacyl glycerol may be similar or dissimilar. Yung fats are also called um, triacylglycerols or triglycerides because of their chemical structure. And yung ilan or some fatty acids have common names that in-specify din kung saan sila nag-originate. For example, yung palmitic acid, a saturated fatty acid that is derived from the palm tree. Yung arachidic acid that is derived from Arachis hypoxia. That is the scientific name for ground nuts or sa mga peanuts. Another type is this phospholipids. So phospholipids is a major constituent of the plasma membrane, the outer layer of animal cell. So like fats, they are composed of fatty acid chains attached to a glycerol or sphingosine backbone. So, phospholipids naman po are the major constituent of the plasma membrane, sabi nga dyan. So like fats, they are composed of fatty acid chains attached to a glycerol or similar backbone. Instead of three, instead of three fatty acids attached, however, there are two fatty acids and the third carbon of the glycerol backbone is bound to a phosphate group. So the phosphate group is modified by the addition of an alcohol. So a phospholipid, both hydrophobic and hydrophilic regions. The fatty acid chains are hydrophobic and exclude themselves from water, whereas the phosphate is hydrophilic and interacts with water. So cells are surrounded by a membrane which is a bilateral of phospholipids, and the fatty acids of phospholipids face inside, which is away from the water, and ang phosphate naman po, phosphate group can face either the outside environment or the inside of the cell, which are both aqueous. So ito yung phospholipids and water. Ayan. So ito yung tinatawag na phospholipid bilayer. Binanggit ko kanina. Ang hydrophobic, hindi nag interact with water, kaya siya yung nandoon sa loob. At ang hydrophilic, siya yung nag interact sa tubig. So tubig dito sa labas, kaya ganyan yung positioning nila. Ang phospholipid molecules po spontaneously form bilayers in aqueous environments. So in this energetically most favorable arrangement, the hydrophilic heads, ay ang mga kulay red, na yung makikita dito, dito naman ay color gray. The hydrophilic heads face the water at each surface of the bilayer, and the hydrophobic tails naman po are shielded from the water in the interior. Yang nasa sa loob yung tails nila. So the same forces that drive phospholipids to form bilayers also provide a self-healing property. For example, if a small tear in the bilayer creates a free edge with water, because this is energetically unfavorable, the lipids spontaneously rearrange to eliminate the free edge. Ayan. Next naman po ay ang waxes. So, waxes covers the feathers of some aquatic birds and the leaf surface of some plants. Gaya po ng dahon ng gabi. 'Di ba kapag umuulan, hindi po nababasa yung dahon ng gabi. Yung water pag pumatak sa dahon ay dumudulas lang. Okay, so yon may waxes. Because of the hydrophobic nature of waxes, they prevent water from sticking on the surface. Waxes are made up of long fatty acid chains, sterified to long chain alcohol. So waxes po are made up of hydrocarbon chain with an alcohol group and a fatty acid. Examples of animal waxes include beeswax and lanolin. Ayun, ang plants naman po also have waxes, gaya yung binigay ko kaninang example, no, sila po yung parang may mga coating sa kanilang leaves that help prevent them from drying out din. Next, steroids. Lipids characterized by a C skeleton consisting of four fused rings, one cyclopentane, and three cyclohexane rings, hydrophobic and insoluble in water. Unlike the phospholipids and fats na discuss ko earlier, ang steroids po have a ring structure Kita niyo naman diyan sa image, sa illustration. Although they do not resemble other lipids, they are grouped with them kasi they are also hydrophobic. Eh, yun naman yung nature ng lipids. And all steroids have four linked carbon rings, and several of them like alcohol or like cholesterol, meron din silang short tail. And cholesterol is a steroid. Cholesterol is mainly synthesized in the liver and is precursor of many steroid hormones, so such as testosterone and estradiol. No, it is also a precursor of vitamins E and K. Cholesterol is the precursor of bile salts, which help in the breakdown of fats and yung kanilang subsequent absorptions by cell. Although ang cholesterol is often spoken in a negative terms, it is still necessary for the proper functioning of our body, and it is a key component of the plasma membranes of animal cell. So still, ayun, important pa din ang cholesterol. So this is good and bad cholesterol. High density lipoprotein and low density protein. These are the two types, HDL and LDL. So as a general rule, pag sinabi nating HDL, this is considered as good cholesterol. Okay, while LDL naman is considered bad. Bakit po? This is because ang HDL, ito, ang HDL po ang nagke-carry ng cholesterol papunta sa ating liver, where it can be removed from uh, sa atin pong bloodstream before sila mag-build up sa ating mga arteries. Kaya nadadala sila papunta sa liver. Pero itong LDL takes cholesterol directly to our arteries. At yun po yung delikado because this can result in uh, plaque build-up that can even cause heart attack and stroke po sa mga tao. Kaya yung pagbabara, ayan, ng ugat. So yun po yung low density lipoprotein. Hindi siya nadadala sa liver, bumabara lang po siya sa ating mga arteries. So, siya yung bad na klase ng cholesterol. Ang HDL po, nadadala siya papunta sa liver, and yun po yung good cholesterol. Ang triglycerides po na nabanggit ko kanina, triglycerides make up the third component po of cholesterol, and nag-a-act siya as unused calories that are stored as fat po sa ating dugo. And eating more calories than you burn can cause triglycerides to build up din po sa ating bloodstream. And ito ay nagpapataas din ng atin pong risk na magkaroon ng heart attack or stroke. Ayan, paano natin mama-manage yung ating cholesterol? So, ito yung mga klase ng pagkain, na dapat nating iwasan iwasan at ito yung dapat natin malimit kinakain. Kung mahilig kayo sa mga ganitong klase ng pagkain, dapat active kayo. Okay, nagpapa-check up, and kahit man lamang paminsan ay nakakakain din ng healthy, pero mas safe kung active ka na ta's healthy pa yung kinakain mo. Hindi puwede kasing palaging magbase lang tayo sa medications para po ma-normalize yung kung ano mang nasa sa loob ng ating katawan, kasi ang mga gamot naman meron pa din yang side effects. Okay, so para ma-manage natin, ma-normalize ang cholesterol level. Ang alam ko yung mataas ang cholesterol kalimitan is yung medyo mabigat ang timbang, yung yung medyo mabigat ang timbang kasi mas madaming fats sa katawan. Ayan, so kailangan yes, Miss Echalose?
Ma'am, excuse po, puwede ka pong pabalik sa previous slide po, may nakaligtaan
Yes,
lang.
sure.
Thank you po.
Okey na? Ano ba, screenshot lang?
Yes po ma'am, okey na po. Thank you po.
Okay. Ayan. So, kailangan, para ma-manage nga po yung ating cholesterol, iwas tayo sa mga fast food, na mga fast foods. And then sa mga soft drinks, ayan, sa mga matatamis, sa red meat. Kailangan ang malimit po natin kinakain, white meat since may chicken dito, eggs, ganyan, fish, and greens. Ano, at saka fruits, ayun, yun naman talaga ang maganda sa atin pong katawan. In moderation lang dapat yung pagkain ng ganito. Siguro, twice a week ay enough na. Tapos, yung ibang meals mo kailangan dito na lang umiikot. Kasi actually, ngayon, since mga bata pa naman kayo, kahit anong kainin hindi pa natin nararamdaman. Pero once na umidad, dun natin mararamdaman yung mga klase ng pagkain na kinakain natin habang bata pa tayo. So maganda ng alagaan ang sarili habang bata pa para siyempre hindi ka magsisi once na, tumanda ka na. Hindi naman masama na i-reward mo minsan yung sarili ng mga pagkain na ganito or kung talagang ganito yung hilig mo, pero siyempre in moderation lamang palagi. Lahat naman ng sobra ay masama din ano, hindi naman puwedeng laging-laging eto lang talaga, no minsan kailangan ding ma-experience, eto. Even yung water nga 'di ba, hindi hindi may maximum lang na dami ng tubig na puwede nating inumin. Ano, ang tubig kapag sumobra ka possible din na ikamatay mo yun kasi nalulunod yung katawan mo sa loob. May napanood na ako dati na news, parang yung babae yon na namatay dahil sa sobrang pag-inom ng tubig. Parang yung 1 litro kasi ng tubig, imagine 1 liter lang ata or 2 liters, 'di ko sure. Basta liters lang 2 liters lang ata yung tubig na kanyang ininom, kaso ininom niya yon sa maikling panahon. So yun yung naging cause ng kanyang pagkamatay, parang minutes lang ata ininom niya ng diretso yung tubig. So yun, lahat naman ng sobra is masama. Pero para ma-manage natin ang ating cholesterol, eh, di yan po yung mga pagkain na ating dapat kinakain at ito yung mga dapat iniiwasan natin. Next is lipids as pigments, signals, and cofactors. So pigments are lipids with a system of conjugated double bonds. This can absorb visible light, and some of these act a light capturing pigments in vision of photosynthesis. So lipids also have active roles as metabolizers and messengers, hormones, protein signals, enzymes, cofactors to electron transfer reactions in chloroplast and mitochondria, or in the transfer of sugar moieties in a variety of glycosylation reaction. Ayan. So a third group consist of lipids with a system of conjugated double bonds, pigment molecules that absorb visible light. So some of these act as light, ayan nga, capturing pigments in vision of photosynthesis. Others produce what do you call this? natural Others produce natural colorations such as the orange, yung orange po ng pumpkins, natural yon, and carrots, and yung yellow po of canary feathers. So, finally, a very large group of volatile lipids produced in plants served as signals that pass through the air, allowing these plants to communicate with each other and to invite animal friends and that are foes. And that ends our discussion with lipids. Meron po ba tayong questions or clarifications bago tayo